Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, August 10th. I'm Denise Douglas.
I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, an Uber driver is found guilty of raping one of his passengers who was drunk and unconscious at the time. The crime happened, police say, October 2016. The driver, Westanya Pierre, picked up a passenger in D.C. The driver took her by her Virginia home before driving away and going to this College Park motel where he took advantage of her. This you're looking at there, surveillance video of Pierre carrying his limp victim into the motel room. She woke up later that evening and she called police.
We are pleased as well that we were able to secure the conviction in this case, really in part because of there were two other ladies who had really tried to get in the Uber that night, and when they saw the lady passed out in the back of the car, declined the Uber, but that allowed us to have them identify, in this case, the car, to report that they had seen her incapacitated in the backseat of the car that night, and to give us critical information that helped us to secure the conviction in this case.
And Pierre could face up to 20 years behind bars when he is sentenced.
A man is dead after being shot by Prince George's County Police. Acting on a tip, the Narcotics and Emergency Service team began conducting an investigation on Sheriff Road in Landover last night. Around 9:15, they spotted a man who they were told was selling drugs and was armed. During a confrontation, officers say that the man reached for a gun in his waistband. That's when one of them shot him.
So my understanding from this confidential informant is this individual is known to be armed, known to be selling drugs, and may be, and again preliminary, from my community, may be involved with another group of people committing a series of robberies in the area.
Part of a gang or cartel?
Not a gang or a cartel, a loose network of criminals who are about committing robberies and selling drugs.
The suspect was taken to the hospital where he died. There are still a number of questions surrounding an officer-involved shooting that took place in Bowie. According to police, an officer stopped a driver on Wednesday on Elder Oaks Boulevard. The officer shot at the driver, who then fled. Later on that evening, the driver turned himself into police. Though his car had been hit by a bullet, he wasn't injured. He hasn't been charged with any crime at this point. The investigation into what led up to the shooting continues.
And as the Unite the Right rally hits D.C. this weekend, Governor Hogan has a message for racists. He issued a statement this morning saying, quote, "Hate has no place in our society and these white supremacists are not welcome in our state," unquote. Hogan says he also instructed Maryland police and other agencies to coordinate with D.C. and Virginia to ensure the safety of residents.
The issue over 3D printed guns continues to stir controversy. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh has signed on to a letter with 22 other state attorneys asking the U.S. Secretary of State and other government officials to remove downloadable information about the guns from websites. The letter criticizes the agency. Since a temporary restraining order was put in place, the online company Defense Distributed removed files from its website, but other sites have reposted the information, and the government has taken no apparent action to remove them.